Vladimir Putin, in a pre-election speech, says the country has developed missiles that, quote, no other country possesses. He says the new missile will be difficult to intercept. John Bolton, former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, joins us now. It was a belligerent, militaristic, nationalistic speech, and I thought it was aimed right at us. Am I right?
Well, a lot of what he talked about we have known or suspected before. This is just official confirmation of what they're up to. I think what's significant is that he blames the new cruise missile and its effort to defeat American missile defenses as the reason why Russia had to do it. And yet the missile defense system for the country that George W. Bush proposed was really only ever designed to deal with a handful of missiles from countries like Iran and North Korea. This is just more propaganda from Vladimir Putin, and I think it shows he does have a very imperialistic view of Russia's influence in the world. He's trying to expand in Eastern Europe and the Middle East, and once again make Russia a great power.
There's no way that they're not working with us on anything.
Yeah.
They're diametrically opposed to the United States.
Well, that's why I think if you look at the clash of American and Russian interests around the world, not just their interference in our election, but that's part of it, I think the president's got a more robust policy in some areas, but not in others. And I think if you look strategically at what Putin and the Russians are trying to do, it requires a comprehensive and strategic American response.
Do you believe that they've got a missile that can go anywhere in the world and evade our missile defense systems?
Well, I think they're working on it. I don't think they're there yet, but it's not, as I say, it's nothing. That concept is nothing new. We're working on something similar. Our missile defense system is intended to take out ballistic missiles, which come in a ballistic trajectory, whereas the cruise missiles fly just over the surface of the land or the water and pop up right above their target. So that poses a different problem. It's not impossible to solve it, but we've not focused on it so far.
You know, I editorialized on the program yesterday saying that President Obama's foreign policy was an absolute disaster, and now it is President Trump who has to mop up everything. Where am I going wrong?
Well, I don't see where you're going wrong. I think the due bills are coming due. You know, this news that came out yesterday from UN weapons inspectors about the sale of chemical weapons, chemical precursors and equipment from North Korea to Syria, this is a very important story, not just because of trade in violation of all kinds of sanctions by North Korea, which is under sanction, and Syria, which is under sanction, but what it shows for the future if North Korea gets nuclear weapons. Just as 10 years ago they were building a nuclear reactor in Syria, now they're selling chemical weapons components. If they get nuclear weapons, the bazaar is open. And that's why it's so important to prevent it from happening.
They could actually sell a nuke
Absolutely.
to another rogue state.
There's no question about it, or to a terrorist group. The only thing they require is hard currency. They could sell it to Iran. That's why, in part, this debate over the nuclear deal, Obama's disastrous nuclear deal, is kind of overtaken by events. Iran can just buy the technology directly from North Korea, unless, as I suspect, they're actually working very carefully with North Korea on it already.
Well, why do you think President Obama carried out those foreign policies? Why did he do that?
I think his view of the world is that America was too strong, too powerful, too successful, too pushy, and that if only we withdrew from the world would be a more peaceful and secure place, that we were, in effect...
Do you think he really believed that?
Yeah, because he looks at our military capability, he looks at our unsavory allies like Israel that's always pushing people around. And the irony is that Obama's policies, in some, were actually isolationist. It's not Trump who's the isolationist. It's this idea that by lessening America's presence in the world, we enhance international peace and security. It's flatly wrong. The world is a much more unstable place than it was before Obama became president.
Yes, it really is. Mr. Ambassador, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be with you.
Appreciate it. All right.